Yo, I'm just happy to be here.
What is up, beautiful people of the world? My name is ExZac Change, and I'm happy to be here today with my guest, On One.
What up?
There it is. There's the intro. We've done it. It has begun now. God, it's real. Okay, so yeah, we were talking about Devin the Dude. You met him in, so you said he was a big celebrity, so when was this? Like,
God, 2011 probably. We were at the Masonic Temple. It was myself, the homie Jinx, who goes
Jinx
by
Universe? Derek
Jinx
Jenkins?
Universe, Derek Jenkins now.
Yeah.
The real life, no, not the real life Rockers. It was a reggae group.
Where was the Masonic Temple? That was
Down on Riverside, downtown.
Oh, okay. I always think that place, the Roxy. Wasn't that like a Masonic temple too?
So it's right by the Spokesman Review.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I know what you're talking
Huge venue.
about. Okay. And is they still do that? Is this still a venue?
I'm not sure.
Huh? Well, yeah, dude. The dude is just, he's the dude, man. He's the dude. And like, so this was the craziest thing to me, bro, because on show day, I get like, I don't want to smoke weed. I got to be like a clear head. I do a little meditation. I get anxiety and shit like that before I go on stage and do all that. And to see these guys, bro, 10 a.m. I'm at their hotel room and they're just fucking cooler full of Bud Light, blunts, just I'm just like, Jesus Christ. And then it was like noon, 1 o'clock. They're like, all right, guys, go do something. I got to take a nap. And then fucking see them at the venue. Fucking Bud Lights, blunts. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Dude, every time I do a show, I get sick to my stomach.
Yeah, I have to, dude, it's bad because like not every venue has a good shitter. And I always have to shit every time.
Yeah, I probably just do that somewhere else, but
it's tough, bro. Especially when you got like that rickety door or some shit. Someone's like, "This guy's taking a shit in here." You're just like, "God, I'm going on, man. Don't fucking come on, dude."
True Justice is here too. He can attest to the times I've been like, "Oh, I don't even want to go, man. Fuck that shit."
Like just to the show.
I don't even want to go. Puke in the alley. I was like, I think I just need a beer. I need to fucking level myself out.
Bro, I start fucking questioning my life. Like, dude, when I have a show and it gets close, I'm like, oh, it's like, dude, you've done this a million times, man. And it's the weirdest thing to me is like when I hit the stage, it all goes away. It's just like every second leading up to it.
No, I feel great after I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I would have not done that, I'd feel real shitty.
Oh, when you get off, it's like an undescribable
like,
just.
Yeah, and you're like, oh shit, yeah, I'm glad I didn't skip out.
And then it's over and you did it and you just feel good.
There's been times where I'm like, man, I'm not going.
Dude, I'm guilty, bro. I've definitely, it's like, you got to have good friends to drag your ass in there.
Yep.
Like On One, you're headlining, dude. We need you up there.
Man, have I headlined? Have you headlined a show?
Mm-mm.
Me either, I don't think.
Never. I'm co-headlining a show in October.
We did a tour for this album, which I guess kind of, but.
You guys did a tour?
Just it was here, and we were supposed to have a date in Oregon, and then Olympia. In Olympia, wow, that place is different.
Different, ghetto.
It's just different.
Just different.
It's not, I don't know. It's.
I feel like every state capital's ghetto for some reason.
Very progressive, but weird because you had the LGBTQ, whatever other letter they have on it. They were out there, but then there were like Nazis out there. and I saw a transgender lady chasing a Nazi with the red laces down the street, throwing rocks at his ass.
And how do you know he was a Nazi? Like he was wearing Nazi shit?
He had no shirt on, and he had Nazi tattoos.
You don't have to wear a Nazi shirt, bro. You just take your shirt off. And oh, Nazi. There we go.
Black boots, red strings. They're like, Nazi! And I'm like, what the hell is going on right here? And they're chasing him. And then you got just different walks. It's like diverse as fuck, but I don't know why there'd be a Nazi
You're
downtown.
like, I've been to Seattle. I don't see this shit
stirring up shit because there's so many people out there that ain't with that shit.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird place, man. I like that we're in like a place in the world where there is a lot of social media because people can't get away with shit. And it's funny because my friend Nick, right? He was we were talking about because he has people speeding down a street, and he's like he'll be like, slow the fuck down, you know, like just that typical dad shit, like slow the fuck down, man. And I was like, well, what are you gonna do if somebody like slams on their brakes, bro, and they want to fight you or something? He's like, I just pull the phone out, bro. I say, why don't you tell the world how you want to speed down the road and endanger little kids? And people just immediately get back in the car and leave. Like, you know, it's like that's what it is, bro. Like, you want to fight, bro? Like, I'll put you on the internet. Okay, nope, I'm out. I'm gone. See ya.
Out there yelling, "World Star!"
Straight up, bro. Because the internet, man, fuck, dude, that can ruin you on the internet for some shit that you did before there was the internet. They're like, we found a picture in a shoebox of you doing some weird shit. But so on this album, bro, this came out in 2018.
Yeah, last year, and I just finished another project, and I'm just waiting to put it out properly.
So when was this? October or
this one?
Did it came out? Yeah.
This one came out August. Was it August of last year?
So my favorite one is Friends.
Yeah.
That's my shit, bro. Who's on the hook on that one?
C-Ray.
Oh man, that fucking shit is flawless.
C-Ray is been a big part of what I've been doing for a long time, whether production, rapping, beats, singing. He's an engineer. Dude's a pretty fucking talented guy.
He's a beast too, dude.
Talented
just
dude.
a big dude. Just
I don't know if he gets enough appreciation, honestly.
he does stuff with like Twisted Insane and
Yeah.
shit like that. Yeah, that's where I've known him from. He's a Tri-Cities guy, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't. Somebody said he's in. Is he still here?
Vegas.
Vegas. Okay. Yeah.
Vegas, yeah. I don't know. Shit, the video he has with Twisted Insane has probably like, I think, 3 million views or some shit.
Jesus. You got Karma on the album.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty dope.
That was C-Ray's doing. So we did that. C-Ray put the track together, and Friends, he got Bleezo. I don't know if you know who Bleezo is.
You know what spoke to you? Okay.
Sacramento artist.
Nope.
Really big underground.
And then Chris Davis, right? Isn't that another person? It's like
Tri-Cities. He's on the album a couple times. He's probably one of my favorites from the Tri-Cities, honestly.
yeah. So I'm. A lot of these guys are probably slept on, dude. Like they don't get enough recognition. And I don't think this project didn't you post some? I was like Cody told me because Cody was like, have you ever like kicked it with On One before? And I was like not in like this kind of a setting where we actually got to like sit down and like really chop it up. But he was like, oh yeah, man, I've been to his house, you know, cool ass guy, right? And I was like, oh yeah, cool. And he was talking about how when you drop this, you were like, you know, just listen to it or don't, whatever. Like I made it and here it is.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah,
Really.
There's
I
not
mean,
like some big like push behind it or.
I expected something to happen with this album, and a lot of people. I don't know. I tried to inspire people with this record, opposed to being, I don't know, a typical rapper.
It inspired me.
I wanted to talk about struggles and things of that nature that people will relate to, opposed to me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, if you like it, you like it. If it helps somebody, if it helped one person, then I'm cool with that. You know what I mean?
Dude, you've been like in this town killing it for a long time.
I feel like I've slowed down a little bit. I was a beast with physical albums, shit like this. Sold a lot of albums.
Like being out in the streets.
Yeah. But I'm trying to get a grasp on the digital shit, which you're doing.
Yeah, it's a weird world, bro.
Digital shit is just confusing.
This was the best because you give me money, I give you product.
Yeah.
You know?
Shit, man. We put out the Street Pharmacist in 2007, and we sold about 10,000 albums.
Jesus.
One weekend we sold 1,000 albums right when the album dropped at the Insiders booth.
Oh,
before,
yep.
Before Christmas. We had to buy more CDs to get them in before Christmas came because we got our first 1,000. We were like, well, what's going to happen? We had to press it more, then press it more.
Oh, you didn't even think. You were like, oh, we might sell 500 of these, or we might, and then it just
so
fucking.
I don't know anybody in Spokane that has sold physically that many albums. As far as hip hop goes, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
as far as like even digitally, I don't know anybody
Maybe
from
like
Spokane.
rock bands like Distress may have done some numbers that I don't know about, but
So, Street Pharmacist, 2007. So this is before I even knew who you were. This is
yeah.
early. So who'd you do that with?
It was a rapper named Craziness.
Okay, yeah,
and
I think I've heard of him before. Old school guy.
my boy Q. I don't know what he goes by now. He doesn't even rap.
Really?
He's changed his name a million times. Business, Q Biz.
Really?
Yeah. We hustled the hell out of that album.
It's really it's this business that we're in or whatever is like it's a lot of people can't endure it, man. It's a weird like it just beats you down sometimes when you do a lot of shit. You end up doing a lot of shit for free, and when we back in the day, man, a lot of times what we were doing, we were just having fun, man. We was just rapping and like it was just fun stuff. We weren't thinking about business or selling records or marketing and all this shit. We was just like, man, we like to rap, man. They'll let us on stage. Oh shit, okay.
And that's when I started having fun again. It got boring. I didn't even want to do it anymore. After Good Morning America, because I was like, man, this album should go somewhere.
Yeah, I fucking love that album.
It should go somewhere, but it did okay.
So that was 2014, 17, 16? When was that?
Good Morning America was earlier than that. 2011.
11. So I think that was the first one. That was like, 'cause I got into Spokane in 2011.
I was expecting it to do something, and I was being business minded because the Street Pharmacist previously I was business minded. I was like album sales.
And you guys killed it.
And when the album sales started dying, you're kind of like, oh well, this sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And then I finally was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do shit for me, if it makes me feel good. You know what I'm saying? Or other people, instead of thinking of it as a business, opposed to just doing it for fun, stress relief.
And that's
If I'm pissed off or angry and you write a song, you know what I mean?
Is that when you're at your best? Is when
Or
you
depressed as fuck, write a song?
Isn't it? It's bad because even when you're happy as fuck. I mean, when I'm happy as fuck, usually I'm out doing something. That's the thing, bro. When I'm sad, I'm like, I'm gonna write a song. When I'm happy, I'm like, okay, let's go to the lake.
You remember the lotion?
I didn't even have to bring it up. We were talking about it last night, bro. When we were bowling. That was like the jam, bro. When I see you guys do that shit live, that was fire.
That is a weird story to that damn song.
Please tell.
So I'm with P and True Justice. I was running around with my dog in the house, and I ran downstairs, and I hit my toe on the edge of a door, and a finishing nail was hanging out, so I cut my toe in half.
Oh, fuck.
I thought I stubbed my toe at first. I was like sitting there, I was like, oh man, I just stubbed my toe.
You're like, pain is pain.
And I looked down and I was like, oh shit. And I like opened it up. I was like, oh fuck. I was like, yo, I need a ride to the hospital. Got it stitched up, and I don't know, maybe he called me or P called me, and they gave me a hydro, and I think he came over like old English. So we were drinking.
Oh god.
And then we found a beat, and I don't know how the lotion just came about. I think we may have been talking about Joe Dirt or Silence of the Lambs, one of the two, because we got the Joe Dirt thing at the end. But it was like one of those songs that comes together that's just fun, and it came together organically.
Yeah.
And P was supposed to be on that song, but he got too high.
Okay, so did he end up writing anything?
I think he did. It was
just
too late.
never...
The song was already a banger, and it was like people have already heard it, and it was out. And he's like, "Well, I got to do the remix." And he, I don't know if he second guessed himself, but he came through and he like laid something. I don't know about that, and I don't know about that. I was like, "Fuck it,
Dude, I love the live performance on that shit, bro.
We're just gonna fucking put it out and see what happens."
So that's crazy, man, because you had no like plans to write a song. You guys were just like, "Hey, let's kick it. I'm gonna bring the bottle. I fucking just got my shit fucked up," and then you guys just have a beat.
We may have planned on doing some music, but we didn't plan on writing. I don't think we planned on doing a fucking full song right then and there.
And what did where'd that beat come from?
Just surfing the internet. I don't know if it was a SoundCloud days or whatnot.
Fucking Reverb Nation.
SoundClick, or like probably SoundClick.
SoundClick, bro. SoundClick was so like thorough with how you were able to break down the genre of the beat. That's what I like.
Hyphy type beat.
Yeah, or jazzy type. I was always on that jazzy, or I go smooth. Like, let me get that smooth shit, because that's my style is all smooth. So it's like you going through beats is such a process, bro. Because I'll just go through
smooth shit. I have a guilty pleasure that I just now found. I've been listening to Rick Ross, dude.
Yeah, my friends yelled at me, bro.
People said, I know
he used to be this and that. And I'm like, dude, but his beats, him and like Currency.
Oh yeah, Currency.
Just
I
the
love
beats
Currency's
they
beats.
pick, dude. And they got the sax in them, and they're just super laid back. And I don't think Currency's that incredible of a rapper, but he's good enough of a rapper where he keeps your attention, and his beats are just.
Like I like Currency. I mean, I'd rather listen to Devin, bro. Like I listen to Devin because Devin's like Currency's shit with like. I don't know. Maybe Currency shit just not so much my style. Like when I'm trying to get into the lyrics of the song and the flow
Right.
and shit. But like with Devin, man, he be making these like crazy situations that you've been in before, like fucking over your for show pussy, trying to get some mo pussy, end up with no pussy, like some shit like that, and you're like, I've been there.
That Plates of Ramen Noodles song is my shit off his new album.
Damn, bro. I
Oh,
think I've
what
heard
is
it.
I ate plates of ramen noodles because I had no bowl. I spent the night.
So that's off the
fucking trying to
new
save my
one.
soul, yeah. It's like the cover's like purple.
Yep. God, dude, I haven't even fucking heard it yet, bro.
It's dope.
I mean, I saw the live set. Dude, the live set with Devin the Dude, too, bro. He plays everything you wish he would play. Like, everything that you wish he would play. It's like, damn, oh, shit, oh, and that, oh. Like, even the little interlude that I love that is, like, you know, just not even, like, the most popular shit.
Speaking of Devin, we loop around and get to talking about Face Mob and Scarface. I see the Jay Prince book
Yes.
here.
I'm 40 pages in.
He's an interesting cat, man.
He's got a crazy story in like how he became such a ruthless business dude. Because you never see him smile. That's the thing.
I've seen some stuff about it, and I heard Scarface talking about it. He's like, and Willie D, like, you respect Jay Prince, or deal with, you know,
Like he's got
consequences.
like an army, bro.
And it's like secret. He's just mob gangster.
And he's just very quiet about it. But as soon as something needs to get handled, it's just handled now. And like what I was telling you, I think I was talking to somebody and they're talking about how like, yeah, somebody in the group was in New York City and they got their chain snatched and that was like one of his people and it was just like days or hours or some shit and just back. Like
I'm curious why I heard or read somewhere that he wanted Drake to back out of the Pusha T beef.
yeah,
Because he said
actually did hear
someone's
that
going to
too.
get hurt. And they
Yep.
said Jay Prince said it, and motherfuckers stopped.
Yep, I think that's true. And because he was the one that actually introduced Drake to Lil Wayne.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, so if you look on the book too, it says a memoir by James Prince, and then it says on the other side it says something about Drake, forward from Drake or something like that. Let me see that real quick. It was it says a memoir by James Prince with Jasmine D. Waters, forward by Drake. Forward.
Oh, he wrote the foreword, the beginning of the book.
Okay, so that's what that is. Yeah, I didn't even know what a forward was. But yeah,
I
so
wonder what I'm just curious how the Drake situation and Jay Prince came along.
and he does explain it in there. I'm too high to try to break it down, but you should get the book. It's
I
good.
feel like Prince is a very, very street dude, and most of his artists and people he affiliates with are really street. And I don't think, I mean, maybe he is, but I don't think Drake is very street.
Not very street at all, but but Jay Prince is also, you know, probably super business oriented, and because it's like you got this guy because you have to think before he met Lil Wayne, like I didn't even know who the fuck Drake was, except for people who watched Degrassi or whatever that show was. I didn't watch that, and everybody's like, oh, you don't know, that was Jimmy from Degrassi. I was like, I've never seen that show before. I watched Kenan and Kel. I watched all that. I didn't watch.
Dude, I thought Drake was dope when he first came out. I'm not even gonna lie.
What do you mean? I love Drake's old shit, but I mean, isn't it crazy how have you ever grown out of an artist?
I've grown into an artist before too.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
Ludacris.
Grew into?
Grew into.
You weren't
Ludacris.
sold?
No, when I first heard him on Timbaland's album, and he had a song called Fat Rabbit, and
Okay.
it was whack.
That song wasn't that good. Yeah.
And then the What's Your Fantasy, I thought that album was whack. And then he dropped the album after
That
that.
song
I
was
like-
dope though.
I said, this motherfucker is dope. And I think it was Chicken and Beer.
Chicken and Beer is so fire, bro. That's the
and
one,
I was like,
bro.
oh shit, this dude can actually fucking rap.
Yeah, and he had the
Because
freestyles
I just
on
didn't
there.
think he could rap very well. The boop, 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 what's your fantasy? I wasn't feeling it.
Well, it was real industry, bro. I remember that was like I was just a young boy at that time watching some dirty shit, man. This was like verbal porn I was listening to, dude. I was like, oh shit.
I'm trying to think of who else I've fucking grown into. Jay-Z. I did not. I liked Jay-Z's first album, but I didn't hear Jay-Z's first album until I heard his second album, which was Hard Knock Life 1.
I didn't even hear that. I was so late to the
And
game.
then I went back to Reasonable Doubt, which is probably one of the best albums I ever heard in my life.
Yep.
But I did not like Jay-Z because I was such a Tupac fan, honestly.
You're like West Coast.
Yeah.
Tupac, Snoop Dogg, E40.
Well, I liked East Coast rap, but I was a Tupac fan, so I was like, oh, he don't like Jay-Z? Fuck Jay-Z.
Oh yeah, really? Yeah, I don't remember Tupac.
I was already into Mobb Deep when I liked Pac, so that didn't change. I've always liked Mobb Deep, but I just didn't like Jay-Z.
So Tupac didn't like Jay-Z? I didn't know that.
I guess he didn't like Jay-Z, Nas, and Mobb Deep, and
oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
I mean, because
do
he's
think I remember.
an East Coast dude, so people made it something it wasn't. I think.
Yeah, like Tupac was from the East Coast.
Yeah, they made it something it wasn't. He was like, oh, that's where he's from, dude. And all the Outlaws are from the East Coast.
So what's your if you had to go? I know people don't like this. People don't like top fives and things like this. But I think that if we put it in like a region, I think it's not as bad. Like who's your top 5 MCs from like New York or like just the East Coast?
New York.
I guess you could probably just do New York.
Number one's Big Pun.
Yes.
God,
cut way too short, man.
I gotta say, Pun, and I get just I'll go on from whoever, but then I'll say Redman.
God, man, Redman always gets left out.
I will say, God, there's so many Wu-Tang members I want to mention, and I don't want to mention all of them because it would just take up the top 5. It would change day to day probably. So let me. Oh God.
Well, Nas has got to be up there, right?
Nas for sure, Rakim for sure, Big Daddy Kane, and Kool G Rap.
Damn, that's a solid.
If that was
lineup.
like top 5, but it would change. It might change tomorrow. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
they'll be in there.
You know, that's
sprinkled in
actually a really good point, man, because I think that when you're in that top 5 or whatever conversation, it's like this. Okay, I'm going to give you my top 5, but I'm going to give you my top 5 for how I'm feeling right now.
Exactly.
I can't tell you tomorrow. I'm going to be in I could be pissed off tomorrow, and now my
'Cause I have,
top
like,
5 is something else.
Top
so.
5 of all time, and Andre 3000's constantly on the list.
Oh, you're talking about all time?
Yeah, Scarface is constantly on the list.
Yeah, a lot of people
And
don't
then
put
it will,
Scarface up there.
Then it will like alternate because I even tried doing like the top 50 that these people are doing, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I feel like I'm just leaving people out, man. Like
Well,
Royce the 5'9's creeping up in there like right now. He surpassed. I think he surpassed Eminem.
Oh well, Eminem.
Like lyrically, Royce the 5'9 is fucking insane.
Yeah, he's just too crazy sometimes, man. Like I'd be like he'll have a good song, and then he'll like, he put out, I can't remember if it was his last album or what it was, but I was just like, fuck, man. But see, it's all about what you're looking for, and I think that it's, for me, I like smooth. I like a smooth flow. I like somebody who could ride the beat really well. And when people do weird shit, like Currency kind of has like a different flow. Like it's a little, it's kind of like
Pun will always be in. If I did a top 10 everywhere, all places, Pun would always be in there. Jay would always be in there. Nas.
Pun had just a crazy flow, man. Like he has so
Nas.
much style, man. It was crazy.
God, who else? I'm trying to think.
Mm.
Like Mac Dre's one of my favorites. He wasn't that great of a lyricist.
But it's not always about that. See, that's like a separate conversation. When you're saying
It is.
all time, you're like overall.
Even Pac wasn't like the best lyricist, but he made shit that you would your hair on your arms would stand up and you would get goosebumps and shit because what he was saying from the chest, and you knew he was saying it from the chest. But he wasn't a better rapper like bar for bar than like Jay-Z or Nas. Not even fucking close.
And that's Matisse, dude. Mike, he caused some ripples on my fucking Instagram when he was like, he said, I can't remember. He said Tupac wasn't top 5 or top 10 or something like that, but it was top 10, I think. I think it was like
Not
top 10.
Even artists? Is he talking MCs, rapper, lyricists,
It was
or
just,
is he talking?
and so this is
period?
okay. So this is a good question. The thing is that you never specify. So I think that a lot of times it's just, people are thinking who raps better, but it's not just
I think
that
full package, man.
full package. Like you know, some of these cats, like they have the whole thing. Like Tupac, like you said, you believed him. Like Biggie, like these people, they were for real. Like Biggie had a fucking album called Ready to Die, and then he died. Like he like really doesn't give a fuck. He wasn't just like talking shit and then running and hiding. Like he was like, yo,
Well,
what the fuck?
I think Pac predicted a lot of shit, but I also think people don't respect him enough. People are like, oh, he wasn't a revolutionary. He wasn't this. He wasn't that. I was like, the dude shot 2 cops for beating another black dude up. They said, oh yeah, he wasn't. They said he was a playboy. He was a thug. He was this. He was many other things. And you're like, he did all that shit.
Mm-hmm. He did a lot of shit.
He was soft. Where? I mean,
everybody's gonna make a.
To whose standard? Because I mean, a lot of you motherfuckers are soft as shit. You know what I mean?
Well, that's always how it is, and this is what somebody was talking about. Fucking like booing UFC fights and shit. Like you
That
know,
shit's stupid.
like yeah, like people aren't. You're not gonna get in there, but you boo. This is boring. I mean, I get sometimes yelling like, you know, come on, like stand them up, like what's up, like y'all just not doing shit, or you know, motherfuckers dancing.
Some of the grappling matches, like just when it's a straight grappling match, bore me a little bit, but I understand what's going on.
It's almost not as bad as fucking 2 big dudes fighting that are just dancing the whole time.
Well, to appreciate it, I think you kind of got to understand what they're doing. If they're like, oh, these dudes are just humping. And I'm like, you got someone like Damian Maya who will grab your face and squeeze it and make you, he won't even squeeze your neck. He'll squeeze your face and you'll squirt blood out of your nose.
Just anything he can grab, just fucking squeeze it.
That's some lethal shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's some dudes, they don't even have to punch you. They just break your arm.
Because everybody's looking for the home run, man. The home run is the fucking, the treasured.
I think that's fair weather shit. Like, I don't think, do you think a submission's as good as a knockout?
I just want to finish.
Right.
Like, I mean, even like when, well, dude, like one of my favorite finishes is the Diaz McGregor finish. Just because it was such a ruthless, bloody fucking, and then just to like, and then to finish it, I was just like, oh, that's nasty.
McGregor was beating the shit out of him.
That guy can take a fucking
and then
punch, dude.
Can I say blew his wad on a podcast?
You can. You can say anything you want.
I'm just fucking with you. But he blew his wad. Same thing with Mayweather. I was like, man, he did not look too bad against Mayweather. Clipped him with some good shots too, and then got his ass whipped because his cardio is garbage.
Mm-hmm. And Mayweather's just he's a fucking.
And who knows if Mayweather was tooling with him the whole time? But I know he hit him with a good shot. You seen the replay of that uppercut?
Well, and he was doing weird shit too. He's like grabbing him by the head, like trying to like headlock him and shit.
I thought he won a couple rounds. I thought maybe he might have won 4 rounds, and then Mayweather destroyed him. But
dude, that Jose Aldo, just like, what was that like?
I've always called him Jose. I just think he hasn't corrected him yet.
Okay, dog. Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Back in the WEC, they're like Jose Aldo, and I'm like, yeah, that's my guy. Look, he fought Uriah Faber, just fucking tore his leg up, and then he goes to the UFC, and they're like, Jose. I'm like, nah, man, I don't know. And then I think it's Jose, and he's just never been like, it's Jose, you fucking idiot. I don't know.
That's fucking awesome, bro. Dude, he's like, whatever, you guys paying me.
Right.
Jose it is.
Oh, when he clipped him in that 12 seconds?
Oh, God, that was crazy, bro. But what's been replaced by that is that fucking flying knee, dude. that shit.
Oh,
that shit. Dude, going down and then just at the same time, bro. Damn.
I'm over at this fucker's house. And I was like, what the hell just happened? Is that dude dead?
Dude. And then when he fell and mocked him, oh my God, bro.
He had his hands behind his back, and he ran out, and we're like, holy shit. I think I probably screamed and was standing up. He might have been screaming and standing. I'm like, what the fuck just happened here? Am I tripping? And they're like, it was the fastest at 5 seconds. And Joe Rogan's like, it was probably actually more like 3, but the referee didn't get over there in time, so you gave him the extra punches because he was hit.
Those 2 punches. He was punching a dead person. Like, he was just... Like
yeah,
there was no response, bro. Like at that knee, shut his brain down.
I don't like Ben Askren.
Man, I was like,
he bothers me, and I think
he talks so much shit.
I think Robbie Lawler was doing fine. I again watched that with True Justice over there, and when he body slammed him, holy shit! And he might have went out, but then he put the thumbs up, and I'm like, man, Robbie just kind of got robbed, even though Robbie just got his ass whipped by that one
Which is fucking
douchebag.
Yeah, dude. I was so. I was sad. I was just silent because I was talking so much shit. I was like, nah, man,
I
Covington's
said,
gonna
why
get
does
his
he
ass
gotta
beat.
win? I said, man, Robbie Lawler, just punch him one time. Damn it. He was stunned. He was like a deer in the headlights or something.
And it's just not the guy you want to see win. I'm just like, oh man, you got to shut this guy up. But it was just, just like Askren, bro. He was talking so much shit. But my favorite thing was that interview, bro, where he was like, nah, man, I'll still slap the shit out of you. I'll still slap the shit out of him if I see him at Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready. It's still on. Like, damn, bro. Like, you did him like dirty. You set a record and like, I mean.
If Jorge Masvidal and Nate Diaz fight, dude, that's gonna be crazy. I do think Masvidal.
I think he could
might
probably win. Yeah, for sure.
He's a fucking mean dude.
Yeah. I mean,
he said, I know he's a gangster, but he ain't a West Coast gangster.
Dude, and I mean, what's the age, I wonder? How old is Masvidal?
Masvidal's in his 30s. Can I look?
Oh, is he? Okay, because I know Nate's 34.
I mean, they're
because Masvidal just like, he's seen, I don't know, for some reason I
when
thought
do
he was
they
way
say
younger.
a man's in his athletic prime? Is it 30-something to 30?
I thought it was like, I thought it was like 28 to 35 or something.
It's something. He's probably in it still. That was the Michael Jackson. That's
is that the text tone?
Masvidal's been around for a while. Did you ever watch any of his backyard
No,
Kimbo
I haven't
Slice
seen.
fights?
I haven't seen much of anything really.
Backyard Kimbo Slice fights. He's fighting dudes just way bigger than him. He's a gangster for real. They're like, he's a gangster, man.
I haven't even really gone back and been able to
34.
Can I grab
34.
a little bit of that right there?
Those dudes are probably in their athletic primes, man. They're like, Diaz ain't fought for 3 years. It didn't look like he hadn't fought for 3 years. He's probably fighting somebody in the gym at least.
Yeah, man. It was see that the thing that was like, I don't know if you agree, but definitely that I feel like it should have been switched with Cormier and Stipe should have been the co-main. It's just that the Pettis.
It's a title fight.
Exactly. But their fight should have been 5 rounds, man.
Yeah.
That would have been. I wish they could have just kept. Fuck that decision, bro. I wish they could have just kept going. Diaz would have just kept going, man.
Diaz would have finished him because do you remember when he dropped him with that knee and the ref stepped in? I thought they were gonna stop it.
Mm-hmm. I was like, that was
him with those knees and he went face first.
That was Was that 3rd round?
It might have been. It was a 2nd or 3rd. He went face first, and I was like, oh, it's fucking over. Nah, Pettis is a tough motherfucker, man. I think he still would have kept fighting Ferguson when he was fucking.
Pettis is crazy, bro.
I think Cerrone would have kept fighting Ferguson but Ferguson just rips motherfuckers' faces apart.
That dude is nuts. So he's trying to fight Khabib, so he's got to wait, right?
Khabib will whip his ass.
Really?
I think. I don't think anyone can beat Khabib because he chooses where the fight goes, and people are so scared to get shot on, they get clipped. Like McGregor got dropped. He's like, wow, this motherfucker's going to try to take me down, and then he fucking hits him with the overhand and drops him, and you're like.
Because you think that you're like, oh, this guy's just going to wrestle me.
He wrestles fucking bears, bro.
Yeah, but then he was standing up with McGregor, just boxing him.
He's mixing it up. McGregor had no answer. I was like, if he hits him with that lucky left, I wouldn't call it a lucky left. That's a very calculated left, but it's a hell of a left. But what did Khabib hit him with? Was it a fucking just overhand right and just dropped him? What'd
you think about like afterwards when he like jumped up and fucking ran like all that shit? They say like, oh, that's not good for business.
McGregor was disrespectful as shit. He threw a fucking pallet jack through their bus window, and Michael Chiesa from Spokane had to get fucking surgery on his eye. I think he sued McGregor or something.
Definitely should.
He got glass in his eye. He had nothing to do with the shit, and McGregor's just being I'm a McGregor fan, but I think he's a little WWE.
See, so I guess this is my question, right? Because, there's a part of me that's got like that guilty pleasure where I'm like, well, you're getting paid you got fucking $100 million, bro. Like, you guys are just a bunch of rich motherfuckers fighting. So, if you do some crazy shit and they just chalk it up, to being like
punch old man and shit.
Like, I mean, I guess that's some Irish shit. I guess they just punch each other.
Punch old man at fucking Irish pubs.
I think so, dude. Shit? I think that they just punch each other over there, dude. Because the dude got punched and he was just like,
whatever.
I think that it's just like, that's just what they do, bro.
Is that Irish culture?
He's like, you disrespect me and not have my drink? And they just hit him, and he's like, yeah, all right, fine, I'll take the hit, but I don't want your shitty fucking liquor.
Is it shitty liquor? Has anyone tried that shit?
No, I don't know. All liquor's shitty to me, bro.
He
It's
said,
just
I'd rather drink Jameson.
all the. It's like I'm drinking James. He's like, no, mate. I don't know how they fucking talk over
I
there.
don't know if I like Irish whiskey. No, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this Irish whiskey. Nah, I'd rather have my Jameson. Hey, fuck you, lad.
See, now that's a good accent right there, bro. I would have fucking butchered the shit out of that.
I don't know if I like Irish whiskey too much. I like
this.
Yeah, that's good shit.
This is smooth, man.
Kentucky whiskey. I like Crown Royal. Is that Canadian?
That is Canadian.
Crown Royal's good. Mostly American whiskey though, but don't ask me. I'm bottom of the barrel. I'll go to the corner store and get a half pint of Jim Beam for $3.
Ooh, the Jim Beam. That'll put some hair on your chest,
some
man.
Jim Beam and a can of Rainier. They're like, man, you're.
Did you ever drink like 211 in that shit? Have them phases when you're
English.
going through? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Man, this motherfucker drank a lot of Old English.
Ooh, the high gravity.
I don't know how he felt in the morning, but the guts in the morning, boy.
Y'all ever play? Y'all ever do fucking Edward 40 hands?
No, what's that?
You know what that is, bro? Yeah,
Edward
that's when you
40
fucking. That's when you fucking duct tape 240s to your hands, bro, and you can't fucking piss or do nothing until you fucking drink both those.
240s?
You got 240s, bro. So you basically just waddling down your shit, trying to piss in the yard, just fucked up. Like, that's.
I want to say the most I've drank in one night, 40s wise, was like 3 with him, and I don't know how many. How many did you drink?
Oh my God, 840s
He's a tank though.
in a night?
But I drank 3 Old English 40s, and I was like, man, I didn't feel too bad in the morning. Like I didn't have a headache, but I had the
Stomach?
bubble guts for sure.
Yeah, those
3 40s, like after 2, the third one is just kind of
Dude, I don't even know, man. Cause
pointless for me at least.
see, I can't. I think I fucking drank myself into a gluten intolerance or something, bro. I don't know, but I can't even fucking.
Did you get
Bro, I can't. Yeah, I can't even fucking. If I eat gluten at all, it just makes me all fucking. And then like I can't enjoy beer like I used to. Like it's just it like fills me up. Like
God,
one will fill me up.
I
It's
thought
like-
gluten sensitivity was like a myth. I thought it was something someone made up.
Okay.
Like how did human beings all of a sudden get allergic to like gluten and shit? Because like wheat gluten and shit, right? Like we've been eating that shit for fucking ever.
So it's something to do with like how they're fucking GMOing the fuck out of it.
It's gotta be the Monsanto GMO.
Because they
type
say
shit.
that like a single, like if you look at what like an old fucking, I don't know what they call it, a strain, a fucking like whatever one thing of wheat was, it was just a small little thing, and they jacked that shit up, bro.
Dude, I've been on a workout regimen for the past month and a half, and I get a lot of tips from C-Ray, right?
Okay, yeah, that
And he
dude is
said-
fucking yoked.
He's like almost all vegan now. And he's kept it. He said he's kept his gains. He feels better. Inflammation's down. This, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, I mean, maybe you're onto something. But I like fucking meat. I'm a carnivore, man.
I like meat too. It's
and I like beer, and I like.
yeah, dude, I like beer,
He's
bro.
like,
That
gluten, bro, gluten. And I'm like, man, gluten sensitivity, like, where did it come from? Because we've been eating that shit forever.
and it's not in everybody. That's the thing. And like you and me, I made it be eating the same shit. Like I ate so many fucking Hot Pockets, bro. It's probably those fucking Hot Pockets, dude. I had like a fucking million Hot Pockets.
But I'm wondering if it's some shit that they're putting in it now.
Yeah, bro.
Like I don't know enough to like when we were talking about Joe Rogan, he makes educated guesses, and I don't know if he's as smart, but it's all open. But I mean, I believe that shit's possible, that they're fucking with food, and that's what's making people sick, and it's not the weed itself.
That's why I think that doing an elimination diet is just a super effective thing. If you're feeling weird, then you can just like say, okay, I'm gonna cut out dairy. Okay, and then if you cut out dairy and nothing changes, okay, cool. Right now I'm gonna cut out bread. I'm just not gonna eat breads and shit. And just like, oh wow, I feel better now. Like for me, I was just feeling all fucking tight and like just all fucked up, bro. And I just stopped eating wheat and bread, and all of a sudden, I'm fine. It's weird. And I'm
You
just
wanna eat
good.
sandwiches?
So if I eat a sandwich, bro, I'll be fucking like burping and have fucking heartburn and just be all fucked up. Like I ate like I'm full. Like I ate a fucking Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh shit.
It's fucking weird,
I
bro.
worked at fucking Zips, and I ate there fucking every day after work. And one day I was just sluggish and slow, and I'm like, it's got to be this fucking Zips. Because fast food every day is not good for you. So I like stopped eating that shit, and I'm like, oh, I'm starting to feel better again.
Yeah, it's weird. You gotta like listen to your body. I mean, it's like that show where that dude did the McDonald's shit every day.
Super
Size me.
Size me, yeah.
And like that dude was fucking sick and like fucked up, bro. Like that's fucking crazy, bro. You're just eating chicken nuggets and fucking like you gotta eat some. It's like not real food, man. Now you got people making fucking. TJ had it. How was that burger? That Whopper?
Oh, the Impossible?
Yeah.
Couldn't tell.
The difference.
It tastes like a Whopper.
Huh.
He said, "Fucking game changer, bro."
Damn,
I'm
bro.
talking to the homie on the phone,
Oh, really?
and he said, "I said, bro, they make the Whopper and it's like vegan because he's vegan, and you can get the Texas Double Whopper." He's like, "That's a game changer." Matter of fact, let me hit you back.
So what is it? I wonder. Like, what's in it? Like, how do you make why does it look like that? Did you have to put a bunch of dyes in it? Like, I mean, how do you? That just seems weird.
Hey man, if it's good, I'd eat it.
True.
Man.
True.
I had a ribeye last night though, and you can't get that flavor
No.
from me. I had a dude's like, "You won't come by for some ribeyes?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I want to come by for some ribeyes."
There's nothing better, bro. I went to Matisse just had his birthday, and we went to Shogun, the original
The
one.
new one?
Yeah, the new one.
I didn't know they opened back up.
They haven't had their grand opening, I guess, but they're
I
open.
thought like the fucking owner was gonna go like get down for arson or some shit.
Like he burned it for insurance shit or something.
That's what people are saying.
Oh shit!
I work with some folks that there's a storage place there, and some of the folks I work with, and like that motherfucker burnt that fucking down for insurance. And I'm like,
Wow.
I mean, it's possible.
Dude, it's so possible, bro, because people get in over their heads and they're like, "Damn, I need to get some
But
money."
they reopened.
And they reopened, and I'd never been there, bro. I've never had the whole thing. Honestly, I thought that they were gonna be like dishing it. I thought they dished it in your mouth, but they just put it on the plate. But I thought they were gonna like throw it in our mouths or something.
I've never tried it in my life. The closest I've been to people making my food in front of me is like Moon's Mongolian or like Who Hot.
See, that's what I thought it was, because I've been there.
So what was it like?
And it was like, it's just like it's like a middle. There's like a middle thing, and then like a grill right here.
Is it like open fire?
And then it's just like, yeah, and then it's just seated around us. So he's like, when he's doing it, he's like, get back.
Is it
Everybody
like raked
lean
with
back.
fire and shit, or is it flat?
It's flat.
grill.
Just flat
Oh,
grill.
shit.
And then he just fucking throws the shit on there, and
They
fucking-
entertaining though.
the entertaining dude was funny as shit. Like,
That's cool. Cause you remember Beverly Hills Ninja with Chris Farley when he's cooking.
oh yeah, yeah.
Shit.
See, this
Is
is
it
where I
kinda
get
like
that
that?
from. This is where I get that from. I think I'm gonna get like he's gonna throw it up and I'm gonna catch it. And,
Right.
like he's gonna be. And I was like, is he gonna come out like
So
juggling
you didn't
fucking
flick any
shit?
shit up or anything?
So they just throw it onto your plate like.
Ah man, he needs to be a fucking showman, bro.
And but he was
drink that?
no. You good? You good? No beer.
He said you gotta be a fucking showman. Oh, it's got gluten, huh?
It's got gluten in it, bro. Even fucking Corona, man. God, bro.
Damn.
Bottles are popping. But fuck, man. Okay, so let's get back on track, though. Let's get back on track. So, because we were talking about artists that you've grown into and out of, and I think that we can go back onto that tip because that was tight.
Grown into and out of.
Yeah, like you're talking about how like artists like Rick Ross and shit that you had like listed, like you weren't really like he's been out forever, but now you're kind of like damn, like you're appreciating.
Man, when he first came out, Every Day I'm Hustling or whatever, I kind of liked that song.
Yeah, that song's dope.
But I knew who Rick Ross was because I'm a West Coast dude.
Mhm.
I knew who the real Rick Ross was,
Mhm.
and I felt Freeway and Rick Ross. I feel like embodied him. The beard, all that shit,
Mhm.
and I'm like, oh, that's kind of
like you're just
it's charactery.
yeah,
Is
it's
that a
not
word?
but it's just the opposite of kind of what you're talking about with like Tupac. Like when you saw what he was doing, you were like, you just knew that that's who this person was. And when you saw this, it's like, oh, you're just trying to you're trying to take somebody else and have a separate character.
I kind of take it all with a grain of salt though, because they're like, oh, he's this and he's that, and I can't respect it. And I was like, is it good music? Is he painting a picture? Do you feel a certain way when you listen to it? Because I was talking on the way here. I was like, Spice One Brother Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
That motherfucker didn't eat no goddamn babies.
Oh my God, bro! But that dude talked about some wild shit.
Spice One is not a mass murderer. Quentin Tarantino is not a mass murderer, but he writes shit that he likes.
But you would think he's got a fucking troubled mind.
Yeah, he probably fucking does. Like, he had Spike Lee mad at him for you know, the use of the N-bomb. And he's like, well,
Yeah.
that's what I heard. So, back to, like, Rick Ross, I took it with a grain of salt, and I listened to it, and I was like, dude. And he picks, like, vibey, like what they call it, vibey. The beats are vibey, and you feel good listening to them. Like, if you listen to Sade driving down the freeway, you could just relax and listen to it. He's got those kind of beats that put you in that mode, and he can rap a little bit. He's not the greatest rapper, but he's not terrible.
No, and I mean, he does. So I was like, because I was kind of talking some shit. I was like, oh man, because somebody was talking. I think we were doing this top 10 shit, and somebody was like, oh, Rick Ross, man, top 10. I was like, what the fuck, Rick Ross? What are you talking about?
Nah,
and they were all shitting on me though. They were like, oh man, I'm telling you, Rick Ross is dope. Like, you gotta check him out. Da, 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 da. I mean, because I obviously I heard hustling shit. I loved it when Cat Williams came out on that fucking his comedy special with that shit.
I would never consider him to be in my top 10 ever.
But I mean, you're like, I don't know, man. You're a real hip hop head. I feel like he's in like a somebody who's like is very shallow in hip hop, doesn't know a lot. You're gonna be like, oh, Rick Ross. You're just gonna pick like the most famous people you can think of.
So I don't know who listens to this podcast, but I might get a lot of flack for it. But a rapper that I really, really liked in the beginning that I do not like as much now, Tech Nine for sure.
Well, so what was the first Tech Nine song you heard?
Questions.
It
was on the gang-related soundtrack. I think it was Tupac's last movie.
Okay, yeah, I don't know that one.
So Pac played a cop, and it was with Jim Belushi.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And Tech Nine had a song on there, and I was like, holy shit, this dude's tight. God, I don't know what year it was, but it was the first time I heard Tech Nine, and then I bought his album, The Worst, and it was dope. And I followed him for quite some time, and he just has so many albums now, and I feel like maybe he's got a little monotonous.
How old are you?
36.
36. Yeah, so you're a little ahead of me. The first Tech Nine song I heard was Slacker. That was the first song I ever heard. But that was like...
I was still listening to his shit then.
Because that was
How
like
old are
his
you right
first... I'm 32.
Okay. So, yeah, Slacker was dope. I don't know when I stopped... I still, listen here and there, but...
Bro, like Suicide Notes? Or Suicide
You talking
Letters?
about the Lynch album?
No, it was on his. It was on his.
No, all the Suicide Letters is on Angelic.
Yeah,
right?
bro. And that fucking song, bro, it's like I could just listen to it over and over, and it was just like the beat and just...
I think that was the album that set it off for him. I think he did that, and he was still on some label. Maybe it was Strange, but then he had a falling out with the dude he's working with, and then he dropped that Absolute Power album.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorite albums.
Yep.
And I don't know what album the song Come Gangster was on, because they thought Tech was so weird. They're like, how can Lynch be this? How can I be this?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he went off. And he starts rapping with the guitar, and I'm like, oh, God, yeah, he's serious. And then I don't know, I just kind of lost interest.
Yeah, me too.
I think Chris Calico right now is probably a little more talented.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that's just kind of how it is, bro. Like Atmosphere was dope, did his thing when he was, when he was like in his prime, and now he still raps and shit, but the people he surrounded himself with are all these younger, doper artists.
I liked his last shit though.
No, yeah, he's still dope, but I
like the dude Prof. But Prof's comedic to me.
No, he's funny, bro.
Oh, Brother Ali and like
Greaves.
Is Evidence still on Rhymesayers?
Maybe.
Jesus Christ, Evidence.
Evidence is great though.
Song called Jim Dean. That's like one of my.
I love that. Yeah, I love that
songs.
song. Yep. Yeah, that. God, he's got a bunch of newer shit. Chase the Storm Away. I like that one too. Yeah, Evidence, man. Dilated Peoples have always been super dope. But dude, I've grown out of so many artists. Like Yellow Wolf. Like used to listen to Yellow Wolf, and I was like, oh man. And
Trunk Music too. I didn't get into it.
I just fall off.
I was stoked about it because Trunk Music 1 was so good, and I was like, Trunk Music 2, there's no way Love Story was fantastic. A
Yeah.
lot of people are like, "Oh, he's a fucking redneck. He's doing this." It's like, have you heard how musically good this dude is?
Yeah, dude, I loved it.
And then the album after that, what was it
Love
called?
Story. That was the one with the.
What was after Love Story? Yeah.
Was Love Story the one where he did the theme song for Sons of Anarchy
Yes.
shit? Yeah, dude, that shit
So there was Love
fucking
Story,
fire.
and then he dropped another record like that, which I didn't like that much. And then he said he's gonna drop Was it Trunk Music 2, or was it 3? Something like that. I was like, Trunk Music 3 or whatever, and I was like, dude, this is just gonna be banging. And it was just, there's a couple cool songs. So I agree with Yellow Wolf too.
You fuck with Ritz at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, Ritz is dope. Man, my friends be sleeping on Ritz too, and I'm like, dude, stop.
I slept on Ritz big time because I was like, every rapper want to happen.
That's exactly what
And I was
everybody
like,
says.
Every goddamn rapper. I was like, everyone wants to be a chopper. Everyone is not a chopper, man. And it's cool because I don't know. I think the best choppers in the world are Twista.
Hmm. Oh yeah, dude, he's
And
the
Busta
best.
Rhymes.
Dude, I'd love
And
to.
Busta Rhymes doesn't even have to do it that much, but Busta Rhymes will fucking murk you.
Bro,
man.
I
Like,
want to
whoa,
see
what
it in the
fuck?
booth. I just want to see their process and like how they.
Trial by fire.
See, I wasn't even there. Yeah, I was.
Dude.
I was already out. I had already
Who-
fallen off. That was Yellow Wolf,
Can
right?
you give me a top 5 choppers, rappers that?
Okay, yeah. So, well, you're gonna go Twista,
Yeah.
and you're gonna go, yeah, Busta Rhymes for
Yeah.
sure. Tech Nine.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, bro. Who else is there? Who am I missing?
You got all the bone. You got all.
Oh
the bone.
shit! Yeah. Oh shit! Yeah. So, Crazy Bone in there, and
Crazy Bone for sure.
yeah, and then number 5, man. Number 5. Who else am I missing?
It's hard, but everyone's rapping fast now. As I figured, it wouldn't be that hard to pick 5 fast fucking rappers.
Yeah, but it's not my style really.
Right.
So I'm not heavy into it. Like even Karma. He's kind of got that style a little bit. Where he was just actually on tour with Tech Nine, so that actually makes sense.
He doesn't have to though. But you know.
He does both.
You know Karma's partner Nobi, right?
Yeah.
You know whose son that is?
Yeah, fucking Razor Tongue Radio.
Shaolin.
Yeah, Shaolin.
Yeah, man.
That dude is
Nobi's
fucking
hard.
dope.
Shao's one of the fucking dudes that made me want to rap in the first place.
So I've never met him before, or maybe no, I don't think I've ever met him. I've just like
Yeah.
talked to him on the internet, and
I consider him like family. Nobi's like my nephew. I've fucking known that like influence.
their content is just so clean, man. Like everything they do.
Tri-Cities rock him, bro.
It's crazy, bro. What Karma's done and like just coming and just the come up, like, and then you go back and you watch that. Like I see that video with him and Nobi when they're just like they got like riding in the. There's like the road behind them and shit, and
Yeah.
they're like, and they're just like eating cereal. They had a cereal box and shit, and they're just chilling. I was like, damn, bro.
He talks a lot about weed,
Yeah.
but dude can rap his ass off.
I mean,
And
talk about whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Whatever's really going
Well, I
on.
know,
Talk
like,
about it.
Like Currency and Wiz Khalifa, they just talk about weed and Burner.
Wiz Khalifa's another one.
You fuck with
Gone.
Burn- you
That
fuck
dude's
with
annoying.
Burner?
Yeah.
Burner's
Wax Room.
Burner's one of the dudes that I fucking hated, and now I'm like,
He's dope. Yeah.
oh.
Yeah. Okay, I get it too, bro. Because you look at him and you're like, who's this guy? But
Well, no, I heard him, and he was just doing all these collabs with these rappers, and like he's this dude that grows, and I think he's like paying dudes with this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, so he's got money, so he's paying rappers, and I think he did so many collab albums with these people that were dope that he had to get good.
well, being around all those dope people, you
Yeah,
gotta.
and you're just like, I was like, God damn! I heard the collab album he did with Be Real, and I was like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, that was my favorite, bro.
I said,
See-
oh shit, he stepped his rapping up.
Yo, Be Real's definitely somebody
But
that's like.
I guess after 20 albums deep, if your rapping doesn't get better, if you don't progress, you should probably.
So that's different too, because like some artists put out just like, not very many projects, and then you got some rappers that have like shitloads of projects, or like TJ where you got like projects with like hella songs on them and shit like that, or like
He's the double disc king.
yeah, shit like that. Like it's like there's different ways of kind of getting the music out, like whether you're trying to be this like mysterious like
Fuck, man.
I'm not gonna drop an album
I
or
want to do CDs still, but have you heard of Griselda Records?
why does that sound familiar? I feel like I've heard
Conway
that.
the Machine, Benny the Butcher, and West Side Gun.
Okay, yeah.
I think they just signed with Shady, but they've been doing it for a while, and they release limited edition vinyl. And I think every piece of vinyl is different. And I think they sell them for like $20-$25 a piece.
Wow.
And they sell out within 24 hours when it's announced. And I'm like, that's the shit I want to do. Like, it's physical albums, and I think it comes with the MP3 download card.
So you can just
so
get
you can
both.
put it on your smartphone, and you got, because I like the art, man.
See, the thing is that how it's marketed now, right, is like this is just this.
Right.
Like, no, man, you're on my Spotify playlist. Like,
Right.
I listen to it, okay? And this is just, it's really like you're selling them just another piece of art.
I like the art, the book, man. Like, you will never find me reading this book on a fucking smartphone.
No.
I gotta have the book.
Yeah.
I gotta have the album. I gotta have the vinyl. And it doesn't sound as good either.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're like, well, you can get the MP3 copy of my album. And I was like, do you have a physical copy? Because if not, I'm not even going to use it.
So you're not a subscriber to a streaming service?
No.
Oh, man. Damn.
I
No Spotify. I gotta pay $10 a month.
I listen to Pandora sometimes, and I'll find really good shit, and I make a YouTube playlist of what I want. But if you don't have a physical album, I'm probably not gonna listen to your shit that much.
So what about YouTube? As far as like, you don't pay for YouTube either?
No.
So it's like if you close the fucking screen.
or
you just do it on your laptop.
I am thinking about paying for. I might fold and get Spotify.
God, Spotify
Premium.
is just so good, man. It's
It
so
is-
good.
I feel like I'm selling out though, because
You
Spotify.
are. It's probably owned by Facebook.
Spotify. Is your music on there? My music's on there. Have you seen?
You're on my playlist.
Have you seen how insulting the payout is?
So I heard that they're changing some stuff, but yeah, it is
No,
pretty
they're
bad.
Changing some stuff.
It's pretty bad.
You fucking kidding me? I go and look at my digital distribution, and I'm like, there's like some 15,000 streams or something, and they're like, here's 90 cents.
No, it's not that bad.
It's pretty fucking bad.
No, if for that many streams, you should be getting like
$1.
no,
$2.
no. We get way more than that.
So for 15,000 streams, how many dollars do you think you get?
I mean,
It's pretty
at
insulting.
least $50.
Maybe.
At least $50
Maybe.
bucks.
But it's a fraction per stream. It's a fraction of $1 for sure.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's broken down on like
Because it was like Pharrell or something, or who had that song Happy?
he didn't make dick off.
Yeah, and
that
that was like what brought everything to light, was that he fucking had like millions of streams and like
it's
made.
insulting. I think streaming, it's really fucking cool, but I really do think it hurts the artist. Honestly.
Well, so I don't know what they're talking about. I don't really know enough to really speak on it, but I know that I heard through a credible source that there's some type of things.
They're changing things
They're
up.
changing things
It
up
was-
to make the artist,
was
make it easier for them
was
to
a
make.
modern music act or some shit where artists have to get their fair share. But I don't know exactly what the numbers
Like you gotta pay, especially on those
But I feel like
streams.
when you walk up to somebody and you meet somebody and you shake their hand and you're like, hey man, this is $10, you can check it out. You get to meet the person. They might want you to sign the album. They might even want to listen to it first, and they're like, yeah, I'll fuck with that.
That's a real human connection. But these days, man, everything's so watered down. Everything's so big scale, right? Like nobody's trying to do the little work to make the human connection. It's just all about trying to
Dude,
be a superstar.
I've met people on the road because after the Street Pharmacist album, we traveled in a rap van. And we went state to state, meeting people, selling CDs, passing out flyers, being in Walmart parking lots, sleeping in vans, gas station foods.
God, that's awesome.
Sometimes we made enough money and we slept in a hotel. But usually we were meeting people, and people were excited. They wanted to take pictures. They wanted autographs. They wanted to buy and there was 4 or 5 artists in the van, and they would buy every album. Or specifically, I was pressing my shit, and they're like, well, I can only afford this. And they would take that out of some. And some of those people have reached out to me online, like, hey, you remember me? From Winnemucca, Nevada in 2007? I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. I remember you. He's
Because
like,
that's that fucking real.
he said,
like-
dude,
like I shook your
you
hand.
changed my life. And I'm like, no shit. He's like, I live out in Coeur d'Alene now. Can I get your new albums? And I'm like, fuck yeah, man. I met a dude that I met many miles away, and he bought all the albums again. He's like, because it was fucking real to walk up to a motherfucker and be like, hey, what's up, man? You listen to hip-hop music? Yeah, what's up? Well, I'm doing this and doing this. And sometimes they're like, hey, can I hear it first? And sometimes just on the strength, they're just like, fuck yeah, I'll buy that shit. Just because you're in their town, and mostly they got probably Walmart and it's edited music, and you're in there with like a album with fucking explicit lyrics.
Dude, it's changed, man. You used to see a Sam Goody. You don't even fucking see a Sam Goody anymore, bro. There's no like people.
Can you buy a physical CD in town anywhere?
I don't think so.
anymore?
Kids are literally like, what am I gonna? I mean, like I said, literally, they're like, I'm not gonna unwrap this. But cool, yeah, this is dope. Like I'm gonna hold this. I'm gonna hold this, man.
Is it
Got you on
Is it 'cause
Spotify.
of fucking smartphones?
It's just because of smartphones, bro.
What did it?
The smartphones, dude. It went from
Was it Napster?
having to be right here on your phone. No, it wasn't Napster, because it went from like, well, it's slowly progress. Dude, it's everybody's trying to. The next thing is however you can make something easier. If you can make someone's life easier, if you can make like skip a step, then all of a sudden you're gonna sell millions of whatever. Because it's like, first it was like AOL, we were on our little shit, and then and then you had a laptop, right, and then you had a cell phone, right, and maybe you could get on the internet, but it was a pain in the ass, right, and you had to do like T9 texting, and it was just stupid. And then you got an iPhone, and then
you
can do anything.
the sound quality is less, right?
I didn't know that.
It is. I don't know exactly how less it is, but
So do they just like they do something to it?
CDs are WAV format
Yeah,
or AIFF,
yeah, and this is
and
MP3.
like Spotify's MP3, and it drops the quality quite a bit for as far as like loudness. And I don't know, it's just something with CDs, man. Like and I'll be honest, man. The Scarface Deeply Rooted album probably is not left my CD deck for quite some time, and that album's probably a couple years old.
Dude,
I can't fucking find CDs. I go to Amazon, but I'm instant gratification. I used to go to fucking Hastings and spend paychecks.
Do they not have them at Hastings anymore?
Hastings done.
All of them?
They're all done. Best Buy, no more CDs. I think there might be Unified Groove merchants that might sell CDs.
Walmart.
Yeah, they don't sell dirty albums.
No, they don't. They never have, though. They're a very
So I don't
wholesome
think there's
company.
They treat their employees better. But as far as albums in town, I don't know where you can get a album. So I get on Amazon, and I'm like, well, I want instant gratification, so I'll listen to the MP3 album, and then I'll probably never listen again. If I have the CD, I'm definitely popping in it again.
Well, then it stays in there, man.
Yeah,
That's what happens.
It's replay value. I can listen to DaBaby. I can listen to DaBaby today, and I can listen to someone else tomorrow. What's the dude's name? YBN Corday.
Man, I love that dude.
Me too. My son showed me like a couple dudes. Most of them, I'm like, this is just terrible. And he's like, Dad, but peep this dude. YBN Corday. I was like, oh shit, he's actually kind of tight.
Dude, he's tight, bro.
And then he showed me DaBaby, and I was like, DaBaby's kind of tight too.
The baby's dope.
So, I mean, some of the new dudes are tight, but like some of the like offbeat shit, Blueface. You fuck
Oh
with it?
yeah, bro. I can't even, bro. There's some weird shit. There's some weird markets
You need to peep this Blueface. It's like, boy, you didn't even rap on beat. He's like, what you mean? The beat. And I was like, the beat, man. The beat.
they're like, whoa, what? Nah. It's like, but if it's not the beat, I know you're not fucking interested in like what he's saying, because he ain't saying shit either.
He said he wanted to rap too, my son. And I'm like, oh. All right, well, think about it real hard, because I have a studio at my house, and if you come like in there and you say some stupid shit, I'm kicking you out.
How old?
15.
Oh shit. Damn.
15.
15 years old, wants to be a rapper like Dad. Got a studio at the house.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
He
interesting.
said, Dad, can I rap? I was like, what you gonna rap about?
Exactly.
I don't know, and I see the stuff you listen to. But hey, man, some of it's cool, but most of it,
That's the number one thing. What are you gonna rap about? Like, you want to do it because it's cool, or are you gonna do it because you got something to say?
oh, he thinks he's a thug, man. Thinks he's a thug.
Yo, that's what it is when you're young, bro. You feel invincible.
Yeah. No, you got caught smoking at school, and I was like, I'm not even mad, man. We went to the same high school, and I was like, but I didn't get caught smoking weed on school grounds, man.
It's like, I didn't get caught, man. What did I do?
I mean, it may have been across the street, but he's like, man, on school grounds, bro.
Like, come on, man. Like, get caught sneaking off school grounds.
Because there's worse things you can do. Like, I couldn't even be mad about weed.
Mm-hmm.
I was smoking weed. I was drinking.
When'd you start?
Drinking?
Which one did you do first?
Probably around the same time. Probably about 12.
12. Damn. Yeah, man. I think I went like, what was it? 16.
Do you remember smoking weed when you would get in the click state, like clicking? Like you would talk about something with somebody and you'd be like, and you would switch to a different like mode.
Mm-mm.
You don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
Mm-mm.
Like when I first smoked weed, boy, that shit was. You smoke too much and you'd be like, what am I talking about?
Bro, I just couldn't even. I couldn't
you
even.
Like, lay on the couch, you're like, I can't get comfortable.
Oh yeah, bro.
Oh shit, I'm freaking out. And my heart's beating. I can hear my heart beating in my head. What the fuck? Hey man, y'all got some food? What? Oh shit. My buddy's like, hey man, stay away from me. What? We had a can. We took a can pipe.
This is when you were 12?
Yeah. He had a can pipe, right? And he's like, my pops is about to be home from work anytime. This motherfucker took his hands and he dug a fucking hole in the grass and buried the pipe, patted it down. He's like, don't tell anybody that's there.
Oh my god.
And he ran off, and I'm like, what the fuck? And we're just sitting there laughing because we had been smoking all day. So we were like, but he just started smoking the weed, and I'm like, what is in this shit?
Dude, I didn't know how to be a person when I was high, bro. I was just like, I was just in another world because it just hits you different when you don't do it ever.
They say it's not what psychoactive, psychedelic, whatever it is.
No, for sure.
I've smoked weed and seen weird shit.
And I mean, like I said, it's different when you see. So Terrence McKenna, you know, I watch a lot of Joe Rogan. He talks about Terrence McKenna, and he basically he talks about how weed isn't supposed to be like smoked all the time. Like you're not supposed to just be rolling up blunts like casually just smoking. Like you're supposed to use it as a psychedelic and like never smoke, and then just like, and then use it like do a bunch and then actually go on some kind of like fucking, you know, trip. Because like when you don't smoke and then you do, it's like, holy shit, bro.
Did we talk about the DMT shit? Did
No,
we talk
I
about
know.
that before this?
Before this.
Before this happened? What about that shit? I keep hearing about it, and I'm kind of interested.
Interested, bro, but
I'm
kind of
scared.
scared. We got the same feelings, bro.
I think I gotta be around like people that are like-minded. Like I want to fucking try it, but like have one of them do it first, so there's a person in control of some shit.
Mhm.
Because you've seen people.
Oh, I
like,
need a fucking shaman, dude.
Like this motherfucker didn't do it, but he's gonna do it next, and he's gonna make sure that I don't fucking swallow my tongue or some shit.
That's what they do that with like the ayahuasca. Like you go on the trips and they like take you out and it's all guided and all that kind of shit.
Because it's 15 minutes, but it's 15 minutes of intense shit. And
That's what it is. It's 15 minutes.
Yeah, and it might feel like 2 hours, and I'm like, oh fuck.
So that's actually better though, because think about it. Like when you take mushrooms, it's literally like 8 hours.
I took mushrooms in Albuquerque, and I told the motherfuckers I was gonna walk home. I was in the studio.
You just want to walk when you're
trying to
fucking
record my
mushrooms.
second album, and I did mushrooms, and I was like, damn, these lights are fucking with me. And there's a ceiling fan, so I closed my eyes. It's like the first hour of it, and it's, and I'm like, this is fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
But after the first hour, it was the funnest time I've ever had.
You just had to break through that.
It's always the first hour of shrooms. Every time I've done it, the first hour, I'm like, it's only the drugs.
Yeah, it gets really crazy. It's really intense. Dude, the whole thing is really intense for me, bro. I always have to take a very low dose. I actually took shrooms by myself for the first time, because every time I've ever done it was like with all my friends. Like we go, you know, you go out and do something, like go for a hike or some shit.
The end is always fantastic.
Oh, it's just chill. It's just, it's like, Yeah.
You just laugh and your stomach hurt in the morning?
No.
I don't know if they're like, if that's supposed to be normal.
My stomach hurts every morning.
You all right? So you just busting and laughing all night, man. But when I was in Albuquerque and I was recording the album, there was a bunch of fucking gangsters around, man. And that's just how the studio environment was.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in there and I was just laughing. Some dude walks in. He's like, what the fuck's the white boy laughing at? And like, hey, bro, this dude wants to know why you're fucking laughing. And another dude says, man, he's fucking high as fuck. And he was like, totally. And these fools was fresh out of prison, man. I thought they was finna fuck. I didn't know any better that night, but they told me the next day. They said them dudes thought you was laughing at them. They fresh out of prison. And they was like, what's the white boy laughing at? Because the label, it was mostly Hispanics and myself and one black dude. And they was like, what's the white boy laughing at? And I was high as fuck, laughing at a screensaver.
Yeah, you're like, not you, bro. I'm in my own world over
like
here.
that. Anyway, they come in and they like shook my hand after that. But I didn't know that they had a problem until the next morning. They're like, hey, them motherfuckers thought you was laughing at them. They's finna fuck you up. And I'm like, what the fuck,
Hey,
man?
blissfully unaware, bro, because your high didn't get blown.
But the homie had, he's like, man, he's fucking high. He took mushrooms. And they're like, oh, fuck, I thought he was laughing at us.
Oh God, man, that's good because there's nothing worse. You honestly, man. See, that's the thing. I can't be around people that aren't on mushrooms when I'm on mushrooms because I'm in like a vulnerable state.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm like you could just fuck me up. I do.
Super.
Yeah,
It's like anxiety waiting to happen. And they're like, yeah, them dudes just gonna fuck you up last night. You're lucky that we told them you're on shrooms. And I'm like, well, I fucking was.
Yeah, if they
I wasn't laughing at these motherfuckers.
like
man.
if they would have just confronted you right there when you were high, like, hey man, are you laughing at these guys? They want to fuck you up. You're like,
I'm by myself in Albuquerque. I didn't know most of these dudes good enough. I know a lot of them dudes well enough now, which we probably would have handled business. But before then, I probably would have jumped the fuck out the window. Yeah, what? Nah, man, shit. I'm just out of my mind right now, you know?
dude, beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. The past and growth.
Yeah, holy shit.
I don't know how long we've been doing this, but tell the people where they can find your music. Well, right here on the table.
Right here on the table. cdbaby.com. I want to say /on1. One word. You can download albums there too. You can also order physical copies. You can find me on Spotify, On One and Anaweem. You can find On One and True Justice on Bandcamp.
Mm-hmm.
Eat, Breathe, Live.
Oh yeah, I love that shit. Oh, I love that shit. Oh,
Everywhere. iTunes. You just got to search hard enough. I don't know what the problem is, but if you just like do On One specifically, you might not find it. If you type in specific albums, it's pretty easy to find, which made me wonder about the algorithms and maybe what to get the On One name more hits.
Yeah, because it's something that comes up in a Google search with many different.
Well, if I type in On One, sometimes I get the Drake and Rick Ross song, and I've had that name since 2003.
Yeah, when Drake wasn't rapping, or was it?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, he
No,
wasn't
he
rapping.
wasn't.
No, Ja Rule was rapping.
And they said On One, and I almost kind of wanted to fucking like change the name, period, because they're like On One, and they associated it with drug addicts.
What?
Like he's on one. He's
Oh,
high.
he's on one.
He's
Yeah,
high.
Yeah.
And I got called that because I was just kind of fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
I met some girl, and she's like, "Oh God, you must be on one." And my buddy was like, "That's fucking
On
tight."
one. That is tight. Yeah. Damn,
That's
bro. And
fucking
then
cool.
And then fucking somebody had to go make a song and fuck up your Google
And they're like,
searches.
I'm high. I'm on one. I was smoking meth all night. I was like, man, I ain't ever done that shit, man. I done shrooms before, a little bit of weed,
Maybe some DMT in the future.
PCP once.
On One, ladies and gentlemen, get them on Bandcamp, SoundCloud. SoundCloud?
No, don't go to SoundCloud.
No
That's
SoundCloud.
That's just beats.
Just beats. Oh,
Unless
so you got
unless you want beats.
beats. You got some beats?
I got some beats. They're probably pretty dated, but if you're looking for something specific, I can cater to you like Beyonce.
Dope. All right, brother. Good podcast.
All right.
Yeah. All right, peace. Peace, everybody. Peace.
Yo, I'm just happy to be here.
So I was like, because I was kind of talking some shit. I was like, oh, man, because somebody was talking. I think we were doing this top 10 shit, and somebody was like, oh, Rick Ross, man, top 10. I was like, fucking million Hot Pockets.